Hey football fans, welcome to Saturday Football, the 12U division, and it's the Buda Jags visiting the Kyle Outlaws in the lime green, and the Jags, the visiting team, will call this one, and it looks like they lost the toss as the referee first went to the Outlaws to see what they wanted to do. Meanwhile, the Jags are 3-0, coming off of a 3-game win streak, and looking to try to keep that alive today. Looks like the Jags will have the ball first as the Outlaws won the toss and deferred to the second half. We'll see you at the kickoff. John Michael, the deep man for the Jags, standing with his heels on the 25. Number 6 for the Outlaws, gonna pooch kick this over to the right. A good kick, caught by Tyler. Bell will move to the center of the field, try to find a window. He's got a little seam to the outside, and there goes Tyler down the boundary. And they won't catch him. No flags on that one. And a touchdown right off. Hall at quarterback. And 3 wide in an I formation for the Jags. And give is to, I believe, Ashton Moore, moving his body across. And it's an offsides on the Outlaws. And if he didn't get in, they'll run it again. Retry, half the distance, and this time Rusk and Moore switch places in the I formation. Number 44, your deep man, gonna get it, right side. And this time gets in, the 2-point conversion counts, an early 8-0 score. Colton to stick a foot into this one, kick the tee nearly as far as the ball went, and a good field by 7 over there on the far boundary. First play from scrimmage in this one will belong to the Outlaw offense. Number 10 in the gun, 2 behind him in a pro set. Jags creeping from the linebacker spot. It's a pitch, and 18 nearly doesn't get it, and then slips the first tackle, then wrapped up by Jackson and driven backwards, so a near miss in the backfield, but they recover from it nicely, but the Jags are there. Jackson, the right side corner, in on that tackle on that last one. JP, the opposite side corner, and Jared, your single high safety, playing pretty shallow. Now he backs up a little bit. Same formation for the Outlaws. One split up near side. Mike Backer showing blitz. That's Moss coming through there. 24 on the pitch. And going to cut back across the grain. Got a little room. JP trying to track him down. Got him high, and they're going to throw the flag on the horse collar. Sanders, the ball carrier for the Outlaws on that last toss sweep. First down inside the 30. Quarterback stamps the ground and moves some wingbacks up, and the ball snapped over his head. And he just goes down to the dirt with it to safely retrieve it. Second and about 18 from the 37 for the men in green. Shotgun formation. 34, Sanders moves to the right side. 7 on the little trap play to the inside. Lowers a shoulder and caught by Jackson off the corner, and he is really coming downhill and making a defensive presence known for himself. A 5-man defensive front for the Jags, anchored by Rusk at that nose guard spot. Colton Murray, who normally plays that Mike Backer spot, playing on the line in a defensive end stance. High snap, 10, throwing it across the middle, got him, and then a big shot! Oh my word, how about the play from the secondary? It was a great pass, a great catch, and then a big shot from the far side comes in and jars that ball free, and I'm glad I got that one on film. So one of the better bang-bang football plays you'll see at this level, maybe any division. 10 gonna keep it all the way around the sides, got company, and taken down by the strong fists of the Jaguar defense. And I'll give credit to 95. So I believe a turnover on down's the case. First play of offense for the Jags has Hall beside the extra point. At quarterback, 3 in the backfield, little inverted diamond they make. Handoff is to Bell, right side, north and south he goes, lowers a shoulder and tackled down low after about 4. Second and 5 from right at midfield, same formation. And Hall misses the snap, and it bounces right to the Outlaws, and an early turnover in the ballgame. However, there is laundry on the field, and I think it's going to be on the defense. It is encroachment, maybe lined up off sides, and the Jags dodge a huge bullet there. Start of Q2, going the other direction now, and Kevin Wright checks in for John Michael, and Gunner lines up at the deep pistol spot. Hall under center. And here comes Tyler in motion. They load the right side. Toss sweep to Gunner, and he can really fly. And a tackle effort not made by 6. Gunner trying to stay in bounds. And a spin move, nearly loses the ball. And hangs on to it after a Jag first down. Ball on the 32-yard line. And JP checks in at the deep spot. Tailback position. Dre in the right side slot. He's going to come in motion to the far side now. Toss sweep. And a flag immediately in the backfield. JP trying to get the edge and can't quite. Does get a few. And we'll see what the infraction is. It was thrown immediately. And so they premeditated. There's one in the defensive secondary. And there's one in the offensive backfield. And a chat with the Jag coaching staff. Face mask on the defense. Automatic first. Not sure how that was called. The play hadn't even really unfolded unless there was something else I didn't catch on the offensive end. Or at least on the offensive physical end against the defense, which would not be taken. I'm rambling now. We'll get on with the 1st and 10 from the 18. First down and JP still in the backfield. Nobody split out to the right, but a couple, Romeo and Tyler, out to the left side. Kevin Wright, the tight end, on that side as well. Hall, under center. Toss sweep, JP. Got a little daylight this time. Moving, first down, and across the goal line for the second score of the afternoon. Extra point try. String to the right side. Hall under center. I formation. Jumbo package in the backfield. Roll out. Dump pass over the top and intercepted. Looking for Jackson. 6 just took it away. And the tackle made, so no good extra point. And a good heads up play by the Outlaw defense. Colton squares up to kick this football off. Put that powerful right leg into it. And he does right there. Caught clean by the deep man, 34 Sanders. He's the one who had that big play early, and then JP with a shoestring tackle down low. I should say ankle tackle, it was formed. And it worked out just shy of midfield. 426 rather, showing, and then a flag in the offensive backfield for too many on the field. Broke the huddle with 12, and they'll move him back. So not what the Outlaws wanted there. First down from the 40, about 14 to make. And Jags middle creeping, long count. And handoff on the ground, and he's got to get on it. Sanders, that is, 10 and 34, just didn't mesh that one up. Second and long from the 37 for the Outlaws, and they put more up closer to the ball this time. And a jumbo package in the backfield with 10. Creeping are the Jags. And a give 6, trap play, right side, tackled low. Tyler Bell in there to trip him up. First man to him, Rusk also helping out. Third down. Creeping are the Jags. And 10, shovel passes this one to Sanders in the backfield, found. And a host in there. And the defensive line, anchored by 44, penetrating quick. And being more than that offensive line for the Outlaws can handle. Jags took a timeout. Talk about this 4th and long that their defense is facing. And back from it now. Outlaws. High snap, 10. Tries to get it and throws a prayer up, and 3 was lurking. And couldn't get there in time, but it's a turnover on downs as that defensive front was in the face of the quarterback in a hurry. 1:10 showing on the clock. First down, Jags. John Michael off to the right side of Wright, who's in the ballgame at quarterback. Handoff is to Dre. Flag on the backfield. And tackled in the back is Dre, 34. Sanders on the stop. We'll see what the flag is about. Another 12-man on the field infraction for the Outlaws, so 1st and 5 the case. Wright remains in the game. Good snap this time, 3-step drop, fires across the middle, too high. Actually, probably not too high. Romeo went up for it, had it in his hands, and just couldn't come down with it. No Drake Gomez for the 2nd week in a row, nursing that broken finger, hoping to have him back before too long. Wright Moves to his right side, throws this one across the middle, looking for Jackson on the post route, and had a mitt on it but couldn't come down with it, so 2 incomplete passes brings up 3rd and 5. 58 seconds showing on the clock. Incomplete pass stops it under 2 minutes of the half. Did not happen in the 8U game earlier today, but in the 12U game, they are paying attention to the clock management. High snap! In fact, Dre got it. It was over Wright's hand. Heads up play by him. He's got a first down and out of bounds as he wins that battle around the 20-yard line. And not sure if they're going to keep the clock. They will keep it moving, so not sure if he got out of bounds or not. 40 seconds and moving. Spot is the 19. First down, 20 seconds on the clock. A 14 point spread. Wright moves to his right. Looking across the middle, he's got Beckham ball, catches it. Or excuse me, yeah, it was Beckham. And he's got it down at the 2-yard line, and they call a timeout. How about number 10 coming up big? No. If only Beckham could have kept his feet, he could have walked in. As it is, 1st and goal. I formation, here comes the jumbo package. Rusk lead blocking, Moore behind him, and barrels his way in for the 3rd score of the afternoon. And they'll do the extra point, and then we'll go to the break. Number 5, Silas under center for the extra point try. Same formation otherwise. And didn't even take off. Had company all over him before he could say, help me. 20-0 is where we'll take a break at. A solid start for the Jags in that first half. And this one fielded clean by the Outlaws, moving to his left side, and then pile drived into the dirt by, I think, number 9, first man there. First down Outlaws, Jimenez remains in the quarterback spot, 2 behind him. Spot the 40-yard line. And little toss out to 18, 8-hole sweep and tackled at the ankles, and I don't know who it was. I need to know names, the numbers better, but he was being blocked and still got an arm out there to trip him up. Correction, it's number 10, Rodriguez, the quarterback, who's been the quarterback all game for the Outlaws. Number 1, Jimenez lined up somewhere different. And an I formation under center with heavy side loaded to the right. 2nd and 12. Lead play, gonna move to the left side, and then Jackson comes up quick. Had some help from some others as well. Jackson lined up at the defensive end spot, which makes more sense as fast as he's getting to the ball. Was thinking he was playing corner, but it's number 3 out here to the near side, playing cornerback. 3rd and 10.5 from about the 39-yard line for the Outlaws. Looking for an answer. In the gun. Handoff, 6, moving to the right side, and the ball comes free. How about the shot from 56, I think is the number, who put a hat on that ball. 66, jarred it loose and had a forced fumble, and the Jags jump on it. Jags going quick with some tempo. Chain's not even sent yet. Now they are. And the ball hits the ground, and Dre's got to just get on it. Wright, the quarterback, bounced off his hands. 2nd and long for the Jags. Wright stays in the gun. Dre, the deep man. John Michael gonna get it. Left side. Spins out of a tackle. Past the original line to gain. Still on his feet, swinging back to the middle, now down the boundary, and tackled after about 2 yards, so a lot of running for a little production, but tough running nonetheless. 3rd and long, the situation. Romeo, the near side receiver. Wright in the gun, calls for it. Now he'll get it. Looks to his left side. The long fade ball, looking for JP over his shoulder, couldn't find it. Not a bad effort on the toss, but no dice, and we go to 4th down. JP ended up looking upside down at that ball. That fade route's meant to be run, and then you fade your body all the way to keep looking over that inside shoulder, but it's tough to do. Pretty good pass by Wright. 4th down coming, and here comes 20 off the edge. Slant, looking, and slips, thrown behind him, and a turnover on downs. Outlaws, a victory on defense. Fresh set of downs for the Outlaws. A little confusion in the backfield. In fact, the coaches were caught off guard that they were back on offense. 19 lines up finally on the far side. Wide receiver spot. Rodriguez in the gun. 2 behind him in the pro set. Jags showing blitz up the middle. Calls for it. High snap over his head. And 20's just got to get on it and save the day, and it's going to be a loss of about 14. Second and long, Josiah checks in at the tackle spot. And all the down linemen not down. They're in a 2-point stance. Moss and company showing blitz up the middle. There's a hole here coming around and hits the gas. Found by the defense. Number 3 closed well from the corner spot. But perhaps the most productive play for the Outlaws, besides number 34 Sanders' earlier toss sweep in the first quarter. 3rd and 11 from the 38.5-yard line, we'll call it. 6, the tight end. No, he's a wingback, it looks like. Maybe he's a tight end. He's on the line. In the gun, quarterback. New feet in that position. Got to keep it all the way. It's Sanders himself. Jackson finds him, hangs on, and he'll have the tackle for loss in the backfield and force a 4th down. 4th down going the other way as we start the 4th quarter. Jags held scoreless in that 3rd. So we stay 20-0 on the scoreboard. And Sanders calls for it alone in the backfield. Rolls to his right, has company, and then hit. Well, I think maybe, was that John Michael? It was a white helmet. And it was Josiah off the right side edge in that defensive tackle spot. And we'll see what the holdup is. There is no holdup. It's a turnover on downs. Jags O coming out. So JoJo showing some mojo on that 4th down stop. Hall in the gun. 3 around him. Calls for it. Drops back. Now he shovels out 1 to John Michael around the right side. John Michael down the boundary and steps out after the 1st down around probably the 20-yard line. Gunner and Romeo, the splits. Silas throws 1 to Tyler in the backfield. Bell moving to his left. Puts a hand down to stay up, stays in bounds, and then tackled down inside the 10. And I can't tell from this angle if it's a 1st down picked up or not. So Jared checks in with the play for Gunner. And a 1st and goal from about the 6 or so. Silas calling for some more offensive linemen, and they will ready his call, and the Jags will take a timeout. Back from the timeout, 7:28 in the ball game. Jags looking for their first score of the 2nd half. Silas can open to his right, hand off to Dre, the deep man, who is wrangled down by the Outlaws. 2nd and goal. Spots the right side hash if there was one. Hall, handoff. John Michael sweeping around the right side. Nothing but daylight, and he walks in, and the Jags have their 4th score. Extra point try brings a different jumbo package into the backfield in the I formation. Silas under center. Handoff, lead play right. And across the goal line are the Jags for a converted extra point. 28 sit on the scoreboard. So Colton has his team lined up for the kickoff, and just that classic 2-step approach, just like he's kicking an extra point. Steps up, onside kick. This one does go 10 yards, then off the up man, bounces off of him. And since they touched it, it's live, and it should be a Jag football if they got it. It's a 1st down, and Kevin stays in the gun. 3 to his sides and behind. Long count, 3-step drop. Flushed out of the pocket, maybe not by force, but by election. Stiff arms a guy down, still moving to his side, and a good upending tackle by the Outlaw defense. Number 13 credited on the stat sheet for that one, and 20 a little slow to get up. 2nd and 5, just inside Outlaw territory. In the gun, right stays at quarterback. Jackson the split man to his right, Jared to his left. Hard count. Handoff, Dre moving to his left, upfield, downhill he comes, stutter steps, and open field tackle made by number 6, Juju, who's carried the ball plenty in his own right today, but playing and making a difference on the defensive side of things. So Dre's carry out to the 32 gives the Jags a fresh set of downs. Left side, hash, spot, right, that right foot forward in the gun, head straight calls for it, moves to his right side now, and then thought about Jackson, dumps out to John Michael, skips past the first tackler, got the first down, inbound, spin move, still alive, dragging the tacklers is John Michael all the way down inside the 10, finally knocked out of bounds. How about the yak on that one as he takes the defense about 15, 20 yards on his back after the pass catch. So a minute to play in the ball game. However, if they punch it in here, it would be the 32-point mercy rule in effect. Wright remains in the backfield. And pretty much besides the extra points, the offensive formation has been the same today throughout. Wright opens up to his right, hands to John Michael, looking for his hole of choice, and he'll walk in the end zone. And that'll end the ball game, but there is a flag. It's a hold on the offense, so we play on with 28 seconds. The clock will continue to move, however, and if it doesn't stop, no, they say it's on the defense. Declined, and that is the ball game. 34 points of offense scored for the Jags. I don't think they'll even do the extra point. And so the Jags improve their record to 4-0. Trying to decide if they're going to run an extra point here or not. And I suppose they are going to. So the touchdown counted. It must have been some kind of dead ball against the offense, because this extra point try is being tried from about the 13-yard line, meaning about a 10-yard penalty here. And so Wright will be in the gun for this one. Ashton in the backfield beside him. He'll call for it. Moore will get it, and then reverse field. Coming left side, but found by 6 and taken down the ball. I think thrown by Moore, knowing he was on the sinking ship, decided to throw up a prayer. No good extra point. 34-0 is how this one wraps up. And now a 4-0 count belong to the Jags, and we'll see you guys next week.